Episode 3 of The Diplomat Season 2 doesn't waste any time, picking up with a press release from Trowbridge, announcing to the world that Roman Lenkov has been killed by special forces. They broke into his mansion and killed him. Kate and Idra discusses with Stuart as it seems Royling's warnings have come to light. Kate agrees with Stuart's assessment of turning Royling over to the authorities, but Idra doesn't think it's a good idea. She knows Royling is hiding something and is going to bring this to the CIA director. She's also pretty confident that the director is going to agree with her that they need to learn more. Austin Dennison calls for Kate not long after, who's worried that she's going to be sent home. Outside, Hal shows up with Brad Chapman, a man paying for the party and a donor from the US Embassy. Kate is heading to the Foreign Office when Hal broaches the idea of bringing Brad along. Kate weasels out of this and meets with Austin alone. She immediately apologises, but Austin waves it away. It turns out there's a written letter of no confidence towards the Prime Minister, so right now, Nickel is on the way out. If he doesn't step down willingly, Austin and the others are going to force him out. Austin is not happy with the execution of Lenkov, and nobody here in the government seems to believe it was an accident. Austin may potentially be in the running for being the new Prime Minister if Nickel is booted, and Kate is stoked when she finds out. He shuts down her enthusiasm and remains fixed on the plan at hand. Specifically, it'll be at the Independence Day party where he'll take Nickel aside at the greenhouse and tell him to his face. Austin believes he'll be less likely to kick up a fuss that way. Kate feeds the news over to Stuart and the pair have a celebratory hug. The reasoning for Trowbridge's resignation is where the pair come unstuck, and when Stuart learns about the greenhouse coup, he's a little uneasy. He thinks this should all be done officially in a formal government building rather than prancing about in greenhouses. Kate continues her victory parade, speaking to Cal in confidence next. Kate also reveals that Dennison could well be the next PM and gushes over him being one of the only true, loyal, decent men in politics. And it's pretty funny she does this while she's standing right next to Hal. Hal then brings up the potential of Brad's donations and how this could be a way of fast-tracking Kate into the White House. This party is costing him $300k, which isn't a great look in the middle of a financial crisis across Britain. It's also being sponsored by Sunfied too, which shocks Kate. We then cut forward to the big day. American flags are put up, there's a lot of red, white and blue, and fireworks are planned for the evening. Stuart is floated the idea that this could be used to disguise explosions, and you can see that he's starting to get cold feet. Stuart also gets a green light from Billy later on to allow Kate to be the one to reveal the truth to Trowbridge. Billy is okay with it, seeing it as a win for Kate, and it's not an answer he was expecting. Stuart is not happy, insinuating that Kate has her eye off the ball and is focusing more on Austin Dennison for personal reasons. He backtracks a little when Billy perks up, but it's enough to sow the seeds of doubt on Kate's credentials in a position of power. As for Kate, she speaks to Idra, who wants to put a team out on the greenhouse. Given nearly 3,000 people are going to attend this party, the potential of drunk punters heading to the greenhouse and having sex is pretty high, and it's not a great place for a coup if that was to occur. Idra has got nothing from Royling though, and Kate warns that she shouldn't be keeping her against her will. As for Stuart, he's decided he's not going to be at the party, at least not further on in the evening, so he's handing over his duty to others given he doesn't really want to be near fireworks that could trigger his PTSD. Which is fair enough, to be honest. Kate worries that Hal could face the same thing and offers up a safe house as a refuge away from all of this. Hal refuses though, claiming he's gone through this before and he's not concerned. That afternoon, there's trouble brewing politically. Several British MPs have declined their invitation to the party. One has even had their house egged for going up against the Prime Minister in Parliament, while the general consensus across Britain is that people actually support Trowbridge's decision to kill Lenkov. There are even memes and hashtags floating around too. Nickel shows up at the party and even reveals he has a big meeting with the Scottish First Minister too. He invites Kate along and Austin overhears this. He's shocked and sees everything dissolve in his hands. Instead, he's going to play dirty and decide to bring up that Nickel ordered a strike on his own aircraft carrier. It'll end Austin's career but also do the same for Nickel too, and it's a price he's willing to take. Unfortunately, he bails on the initial plan. With everything hanging in the balance, that night Stuart decides to leave just as the fireworks go off. As they explode overhead, Kate gives her big speech about the forging of US and UK bound by fire. Unfortunately, Hal ends up having a panic attack as the fireworks rage. She manages to calm him down as the episode comes to an end. So the Prime Minister's decision to kill Lenkov has worked massively against Austin and Kate's plan, as the support for his actions are growing and everything is left on a tenuous knife edge going forward. It's unclear exactly how anybody is going to stop the Prime Minister now, and even worse, killing the only witness that doesn't really do their coup any favours. There's drama with both Stuart and Hal here as they both suffer from PTSD with the fireworks, which must be awful to try and live through. Kate really shows her compassionate side at the end, and this moment of her and Hal together really helps to grow their bond. However, they're still completely at polar odds in their beliefs and political feelings, which is never really going to change. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.